Hey everybody, this is Kent at Keller Williams. I'm here today with Kim Post, a certified residential appraiser with Post and Associates, and we're just going to talk about appraisals today. So Kim, let's just start with the very basics. What's an appraisal?
An appraisal is an unbiased opinion of value, of current market value on your house, or there are different values, but basically it's an unbiased opinion of value.
Okay. What are some reasons that one might get an appraisal done?
Well, the most common ones are if you're going to purchase a house and you need to get a mortgage, or you want to refinance and you need an appraisal to do that. Pre-listing is becoming more popular. Before a realtor takes a listing, they like to have an appraisal done. I personally do a lot of private appraisals. I do investors before they purchase it, before they list it, for tax appeal purposes. I do a fair amount of estate planning, either to settle it or to plan. And I do some private relocation appraisals.
Okay. Are the appraisals generally the same though? Are there different types of appraisals, or are they just done for different reasons but the same type of an appraisal?
They're all different types of appraisal. If it's a federally regulated appraisal, then there is an FHA form or a 1004. Fannie and Freddie require certain appraisals. There is a single family, multifamily, condo, mobile home, land. So there's all different ones. There's a general purpose appraisal, which I use most of the time, because I don't do federally regulated transactions.
Okay, so the main contributors, what are you mostly looking for when coming up with an appraised value of a home? Location, I know, is very important, and what else?
Yeah, location. It's always about that. It's important to stay within a close proximity of where the subject is. And Grand Rapids has very well-defined neighborhoods. We're fortunate in that regard that you want to keep in those neighborhoods. You're not just going to draw a radius around this property a quarter of a mile or a block or two, because the values may change. If you're in East Grand Rapids and you go across to Easttown, that's two distinct values. Heritage Hill is different than West Grand, so that's very important. And you're not ever searching for any type of value. You're letting the facts tell you what the value of this house is. So number one, location. Number two, you want to have it something that's sold within a recent time. I like to stay under 6 months. In this market, anything, 3 months even. It's a declining market, and so the sales have dropped in most neighborhoods from January to December a lot. So if you're going out a year, that's really
keeping
tough.
The comparables really fresh.
Really
right?
fresh.
Okay. All right.
But you also need to have comparable. They need to be similar in square footage. They need to be. I try to keep plus or minus 20%. Sometimes if it's in a rural setting or an area that there have been very few sales, you may have to stretch that to plus or minus 25%. I don't like to do a house with a basement compared to a house without a basement. That's two distinct things. And again, there are always exceptions, but then you need to explain what these exceptions are. But it's not because you're searching. It's because you stay within that neighborhood, and what are the comparable sales in the last 6 months preferably. And then it depends on what the neighborhood requires. If it's a brand new neighborhood and everybody has 3-stall garages, then your house should have a 3-stall garage, or the value is going to come down a little bit. If everybody has professional landscaping, that can be an issue. Another neighborhood, that's not such an issue, because it's all about, you have a buyer and they're looking at different houses and what are they willing to pay. It's not what the person wants or what the person has paid for that amenity. It's what are these buyers willing to pay based on fact, based on what in the past year have buyers been interested in purchasing. Out in a rural setting, a standalone garage for a workshop may be important to somebody. And what would they be willing to pay? They may be willing to pay more than if it's in the city, or vice versa. You just have to look at what that neighborhood is demanding and what buyers are looking for when they're looking in that neighborhood.